Go see what Great Boar has to say now.
Let us be off.
Perhaps I should thank you for your help. You assisted me in dealing with all of y'all's schemes, even though you didn't need to do so. I'm grateful for that. What kind of mess are we in here? An anonymous client ordered Yaws, the head of the Assassin's Guild in Elushinira, to kill Willidus. He tried to take the target down several times, but Willidus turned out to be quite a tough nut to crack. Then Yaws gave me a new anonymous assignment. Kill Darazand and tell him that Willidus sent his best regards. However, Yaws gave me a weapon that could only wound Darazand, not kill him, to provoke Darazand and make him angry enough to go kill Willidus himself. Of course, you killed Darazand before he had a chance to do anything else. When Yaws found out we were both in the Abyss, and that I'd be eager to talk to Willidus, he started giving me hints as to where I could find this fellow. We lived up to his expectations. Willidus died, and I'm sure you remember what happened next as well as I do. We killed Willidus for no reason? Well, it depends on how you look at it. Was he to blame for the damage to my reputation? No. Was he an utterly disgusting creature whose face practically begged me to sink an axe into it? Did he try to kill us in his own manner? Were the creatures we encountered in said manner the most atrocious and perverted things I've ever met? The answer to all those questions is yes. I don't think anyone is going to cry themselves to sleep over his death, and neither should we. Reputation has been restored. How do you feel? I feel at peace. Now people will think twice before attempting to ruin my good name. I'm grateful my companions didn't leave me to deal with this by myself, even though they had every right to do so. So while I'm used to working alone, I appreciate a team I can trust. It's good having someone who's got my back. Protecting one's honor is important. Who would we be without a reputation? A bunch of opportunistic scoundrels who'd be driven away from every door? A dishonorable life isn't worth a copper. Do you think of membership of the Assassin's Guild of Elushinira? I think this position rightfully belongs to me. This guild is not as famous as the Red Mantis, legendary fanatic assassins who perceive their victims as offerings to their god Achakik, or the silent monks of Vellexia who guard some of secret knowledge and murder anyone who dares to touch it. But its name still means something to the discerning client. Elushinira is a crossroads between several different planes. Yaws' assassins work not only in the Abyss and on Glorion, but also in many other interesting places. The fact I was accepted in this society is undeniable proof of my professionalism. I'm grateful that you did not insist on the exclusivity of our contract, but allowed me to reap benefits of my hard work. That clears up. Been a good employer, Commander. I'm glad to make a contract with you.
Let's move.
There she is. Finally, you're here. This evil city frightens me. I feel like it's watching with thousands of soulless, bloodthirsty eyes. Enough about me. I want to talk about our mission. I remember what the accursed Echo of Tuscari told us when we met him after the fight with Utsapayan. One day you will learn that fire can scorch you too. That's what he said. I think he is responsible for the invisible burns. Because her wings, both real one and the monstrous one given to her by Arilu. There's one thing I learned from that witch, Arilu Warlush. Any weakness can be turned into a strength. The Echo wants us to suffer, but our suffering will be his downfall. Instead of my invisible burns, I chose to keep them. I wanted to see if I would feel them at Elushinira, and I did. When I traveled into the city, the burning pain intensified. I believe the Echo's lair, or at least the portal to it, must be somewhere nearby. We just have to find it. How are we going to find it? Keep me safe from the demons and try to find the exact location. You're the angel, you should keep me safe. I guess that's an okay formation. Just look at that angel, wing of the abyss. I want to have her to taste her. Souls not to be at the flesh markets.
Close ranks. Forwards! Retreat is not an option. We won't falter. You are nothing before me.
Portal to the Echo of Scary's lair. Okay. It's here, this searing agony. I can barely stand, but the portal is closed and sealed shut. The portal is similar to the one you used to travel in the Nexus, but it looks far more ominous. From a distance, the pattern of symbols on the arch resembles a swarm of insects. The keyhole is equipped with the shiny metal mandibles that look as though they're ready to snap shut at any moment. How do we open it? It's been enchanted. It'll only be opened with a special key. The Echo is careful. I should have known never leave the path open to his lair. Do not blame yourself, sister. Perhaps the Echo has done business with some of the residents of this blasphemous city. If so, it is possible the field may have keys. For as repulsive as this idea may sound, you could ask for help from the local rulers. We're going to have to visit them anyway. We'll come back to this later. Very well, but I will stay and watch the portal. Don't worry about me. The head of the Inheritor taught me the magic that makes him invisible to demons. I can stay here and see by our enemies. Come find me. It's time to attack. A rupture, a rupture. Oh. We're surrounded by a sound of a melodious voice that seems to be coming from the stone pillar around you. Greetings, esteemed guests. I'm here to see the hospitality illustrious Lady Vellexia, or are you here on your other business? Interesting manner greet you politely. This is far more gracious than the impudent foul-mouthed door at the 10,000 to lights. Yeah, I didn't like him at all. Lady Velexia's patronage, ladies and gentlemen. Rapture, rupture, esteemed sir. Lady Vellexia will be notified of your arrival right away. Let me just steal your things first. Demon that comes to greet you with blonde hair and is wearing their modest but elegant dress. She seems surprisingly friendly. Her soft voices and impeccable manners seem out of place in a city where extreme passions and boundless indulgence prevail over temperance and moderation. New guest has arrived. How exciting! A mortal from Glorion, if my eyes do not deceive me. What brings you to my manor? This is all very intriguing. Vellexia, we have clashed in battle many times. Her claws were always stained with the blood of those she killed on the battlefield. Now she looks different. But I am certain that her true nature remains unchanged. She is still violent and dangerous. Be on your guard, champion. Sure, the heart of the beast within your chest is wicked and merciless, but my goddess demands that I am sincere when I see true beauty, though I dread to ask how many lives such beauty is taken. Such a compliment, sudden and unsophisticated, but surprisingly delightful. I never thought that words of admiration from a mortal could touch my heart. It seems that praise from the cleric of Shaylin can make even a succubus feel flattered. Talks about you and Shinra. Who are you? Ah, how refreshingly direct. Well, let me tell you a little about myself. My name is Lady Vellexia, but it is common for others to add a few epithets before my name, often something like magnificent or illustrious. I hold considerable influence in the Emperor City. Could even call it my little queendom. I'm the foremost member of the city's elite, and the aristocrats of Shinra acknowledge me as their de facto leader. Might be under a misconception that the city is ruled by a Chimera, but Chimera is nothing more than a glorified cleaner, entrusted with the responsibility of tending to the latrines. I, on the other hand, hold sway over the most powerful and influential demons in the city. You see, my dear friend Nocticula allows me to lead the nobility because I look out for her interests. She knows I am loyal. Unlike most demons, I do not aspire to power beyond what I already possess. I would never stage a coup against Our Lady in Shadow, nor would I ever use my position in society to support anyone else in such a foolish endeavor. Take your patronage. Magnificent Vellexia. A Glorian warrior who seeks the patronage of a demon from the upper city? And you're a crusader, no less. Ah, this is most intriguing. You're a curious creature indeed. I am very interested to learn about you. There is no need to bother with titles. Simply call me Vellexia. And you are? Your trust in your words, champion. Velexia's temper is like the wind that blows across the Shire. It changes constantly, and bodes poorly for us no matter what direction it turns. You must watch for as vigilantly as a skilled sailor watches the horizon. Everybody knows me anyway. Call me Durden. An unusual name, certainly not in keeping with the spirit of the Abyss, but I like it, you know. Durden, I have a proposal for you. Let's pick a place that's nice and romantic, and go on an innocent little date together. It'll be a chance for us to get to know one another. Although Abyss offers simple, spirited entertainment, it will be a good place for us to talk undisturbed. No one will notice us because they'll be too busy watching the fights in the pit. We can have a nice conversation and learn more about one another. I'll be waiting for you at the arena. If you accept my invitation, I'll be very disappointed if you deny me the pleasure of your company. After all, you're the champion. You conquered the arena. We're better to learn about you than the place you proved your worth. I'll go. Don't stay away too long. Come back soon. Welcome back now, you hear?
March on!
This is for demons. I like how kind around these pots. What?
Kneel before me. Strike with all your might. You've crossed the wrong mongrel. We can do it!
This condition is irrational.
No.
I dedicate my body to science.
Oh god, you're so stupid.
You fool! You won't survive me.
I'll leave her alone.
Legs are shaking. Peculiar.
This guy needs to get gone quick. What was that son?
This one's mine! This is not
Stupid, 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 stupid.
This is why.
For her date, Vellexia has exchanged her previous dress for an equally elegant outfit. The blood-red hue of her new gown seems particularly fitting concerning the activities of the arena. There you are, Durden. Let's hurry to the box reserved for distinguished guests. I am determined not to let you enjoy the spectacle from any other seats. Doors are very opened. He blushes slightly and smiles. I am flattered that you've noticed such things, especially here in the arena where there are so many other sights to capture your attention. Speaking of which, the fight's about to start. First battle unfolds in the arena. The bloody freak surges forward, launching a brutal attack against Atzon. Aslam desperately tries to resist the onslaught, but the bloody freak is relentless. He strikes one furious blow after another, showing no signs of exhaustion or fatigue as he bears down on his opponent. Aslam attempts to fight back against her enemy's quick, sudden attacks, but fails to find an opening. Her movements begin to slow, and her footsteps leave behind a crimson trail of blood. Vellexia observes you closely, her eyes sparkle with lively curiosity as you force to turn your attention away from the fight as she asks. Slavery is the cornerstone of our life in the Abyss, and gladiator fights are a popular source of entertainment. Ours have showed received on your homeland of Glorion. What is your view on slavery? People hold different opinions about slavery on Glorion, but it is forbidden by the law in many places. Perplexed? But if these laws dictate the will of others, they restrict freedom. How is that any different from the chains and shackles of slavery? Ah, this is all so complicated, but so exciting at the same time. I'd like to learn more about your world. With a victorious growl, Bloody Freak hurls himself recklessly at his rival, who appears to be exhausted from her wounds. However, Aslam was merely feigning weakness. She dodges at the last moment and strikes a resounding blow. Blood gushes from the demon's wound. His growl of rage gives way to a howl of desperation. So he glances disinterestedly at the arena, then returns her attention to you. She is clearly more interested in conversation than in watching the fight. Nevertheless, even Glorions who are not enslaved are often forced to fight by those in authority, and they still charge into battle with as much zeal as those gladiators down the arena. So tell me, what gives them the motivation to fight? What do they hope to achieve? With honor, follow orders from sovereign, fight with their duty. By some, because something in your soul demands that you give life for another, how incredibly strange and intriguing. Adself, no longer putting up pretense of weakness, advances against the Bloody Freak, dealing him several painful blows. He strikes with precision, drawing blood, but never delivering a fatal blow. The audience goes wild as at some toys with their opponent. The smell of blood hangs heavy in the air. There is no doubt that the merciless symphony of violence being played within the arena will soon reach its deadly crescendo. But the Bloody Freak isn't finished. He lets out a monstrous, bloodthirsty howl, reverberates around the arena as he channels his power, rage, one last brutal attack. His strikes, swift as lightning, has had some flurry of blows, is brought to a sudden halt. She sways slightly, then doubles over, as if embracing the blade that was just plunged through her body. Then another primal roar, the demons cut down, dispatching weakened opponent with a powerful strike. But every warrior will meet their death eventually. How did Glorions face their end of life? Are they scared of death? Do they despise it, or do they welcome this friend? Members of the deceased that belong through their deeds. The words distinguish you from a multitude of fools who think only about themselves and give no thought to the future. They fear death and they tremble at the thought of their pathetic lives. Welcome to an end. The screams and howls of the crowd are deafening. The Bloody Freak, oblivious to numerous wounds, basks in the admiration of the audience. The arena master's voice rings out in battle bliss. All hail the winner, hail the Bloody Freak. rises from her place and announces loudly, I want this bloodthirsty fighter to be my servant. From now on, he is my slave and I'm insolent enough to object and face my wrath.
Gladiator with a smirk of arrogant face. Vellexia averts her gaze and fails to hide Mr. Smile. What a possibly delightful idea. I can't resist. Oh. What you do to me? Discovered my weakness. Only moments ago, Pepsimira commanded the attention of the entire audience as she boasted about her power. However, when Vellexia raises from her seat, all eyes turn over to Succubus. I dare to challenge the acclaimed and most esteemed Pepsimira. I am touched by the fighter's tenacity. He has found a way to my heart, and I wish to make him my bodyguard. If anyone dares to argue against my right to make such a claim, they can say it to my face. The arena master glances cautiously at Pepsimira, and he turns to Vellexia and gives her a respectful nod. The crowd erupts in jeers and shouts, clearly enjoying the public humiliation of Baphomet's daughter. Pepsimira bellows and utters wild curses and sounds of wrath shake the arena, but Vellexia ignores her threats with a look of magnificent disdain and gives you a sly smile. This is so exciting! I've enjoyed our time together here at the arena. However, I cannot resist the urge to appear to somewhere in high society. Sure, you wouldn't say no to attending a private reception with me and Harem of Ardent Dreams. Chimera has prepared something special for her guests, and I would really very much like you to experience it with me. I shall wait for you at the Harem of Ardent Dreams. You really must come, but you won't take no for an answer. Oh, you should have reminded me. I nearly forgot. For such a wonderful time together, you must become a regular guest. I insist. Please accept this little gift as a reminder that the doors of my manor are always open to you. This coin is key to teleportation arch located in the Emperor City. I would not normally give something to this ordinary guests, but there's nothing ordinary about you, is there? To enter. No one in the city on that Chimera would deny when I didn't come in. Notes on ripped paper. Sloppy writing both sides, facing complete. Bangs not articulate, naturally in good standing. Should I better respect her? Uncle Benoth, Stephen Henry, was his brother and former lover. What? At the boot, and assaults and woes and depravity. Bangs Baphomet once in a while. Wow. Good call left that there. The idea of mine to introduce to high society this reception, for subject gossip amongst guests, I had them whispering about how we showed up together. What will happen at this private reception? Mira came up with such an interesting idea. She will dispense false justice. What? All rise. The proceedings will now begin with the dispensation of false justice. I, Chimera of the Ardent Dream, perform the duties of a judge. The rights of prosecution will be granted to anyone acquainted with rage and hatred, and part of the defender will be given time and blind fate. All participants are obliged to show due dread and obedience to the decisions of the court. Now our first case is brought by the assassin Dogward against the bodyguard for our Catrol.
Dogward accuses Catchwell of being exceedingly nimble and dexterous. His excessive dexterity enabled the defendant to foil 3 assassination attempts against his employer, thus preventing the plaintiff from fulfilling his contract. You know, Durden, after our last visit to the Battle Bliss, I've been thinking a lot about the customs of Glorion. Despite our differences, we actually have a lot in common. Our actions and desires stem from the same passions, except when it comes to Velexia's eyes widen with excitement, and she utters a word as foreign to the abyss as you are. To love. It's common knowledge that demons know nothing about love. Why don't you explain it to me? Pure and often feeling your soul and let your heart of all burdens and pains. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Pure and uplifting feeling, how intriguing and how unfamiliar. Our passions are tempestuous and our feelings stem from the darkest depth of our souls, but you say this feeling is pure or fascinating. Growling with rage, controlled the bodyguard has his head chopped off with a giant axe for being too good at his job. The crowd roars at its approval. The beaming plaintiff counts his coins. Is it not true love restricts freedom, that its harsh constraints can at times lead to cruel, evil deeds? Does this love not force people to act contrary to their desires and subordinate them to the object of their affection? Do not even the most loyal, loving souls feel occasional regret about trading away their freedom for love? Haven't most terrible betrayals been committed for the sake of love? Doesn't unrequited love cause mortals to commit suicide, and its rejection for the reason they often resort to violence and other terrible crimes? I'm most curious to hear your answer to these questions. As when a mortal cannot control their emotions, their love becomes a devastating force. That's why the feelings and emotions of the heart must be governed by logic and reason of the mind. Exactly. Think of love as a weapon. A true warrior respects the blade because it is capable of cutting down enemies and careless owners alike. You treat love as carefully as a sword. Execution has the audience not for the demons. Howl their approval, and Chimera has to raise her voice to be heard above the noise. Next we'll hear the case of Varsa the Nose Cutter. He attacked 2 of Elushinra's visitors from another plane, even though the Great Nocticula made it clear that they were under her protection. Varsa the Nose Cutter tracked down his victims to the upper city and killed them with a glaive. Then he robbed them and cut their tongues and noses. But I am not Varsa the Nose Cutter. I don't even know who that is. My name is Sharza. I've never been to the upper city. I'm not allowed to enter, even though that's where a slaver of my status should live. Besides, I've never held a glaive in my life. This is all Hepzimera's fault. She wanted to buy my slaves at half price, and I refused to sell. Now she's taking revenge against me and plans to get her hands on my slaves. Seems to me that love is like a living creature. Sometimes it behaves one way, at other times another way. Contradictory and inconsistent. It leads to both good and bad outcomes. And like every living creature, it is bound to die eventually. After all, every love, no matter how strong, is doomed to die. Is that not so? That is true. Love always ends and either ceases to be love or is lost altogether. When one we love dies, that's why mortals value love so much. We know it will be over before we are ready. Love comes and goes, but duties and responsibilities remain. A stern knight in armor, that's what you are. It is duty, not love, that reigns in your heart. And surely that does not stop others from loving you. If anything, your unshakable devotion makes you even more desirable. The court finds evidence to the indicated person's innocence to be quite convincing. However, the false justice requires every sin be punished, so therefore I hereby declare the demon parish of the nose cutter. He shall be executed without further delay. And the last crime for today is the most harmful and treacherous. I should very attentively. Crime of sinful mercy. And the offense was further aggravated by an attempt to self-sacrifice. The mortal who stands before you is a descendant of Charzel, a slave trader who died recently. A week ago, this tiefling was offered a chance to be an accomplice in the murder of his progenitor, Charzel, in exchange for a portion of Charzel's slave holdings. However, this mortal refused to participate in such cunning, highly profitable murder, driven by some insane familial sentiment and disgusting display of fondness. He warned Charzel about the possible attempt on his life and personally hired Control, one of the best bodyguards in Shinra, to guard his father's life. There's more. During the last attempt on Charzel's life, this mortal was driven by the most disgusting feelings of duty and gratitude for his own existence, tried to cover his father with his own body to save him from the assassin's dagger. He finds such actions to be criminally insane and dangerous. Therefore, false justice demands we sentence this mortal to death. Charzel's property will be declared destitute of an heir and henceforth accessible to anyone who wishes to take possession of it. Vellexia smiles at you. Her eyes sparkle with excitement. She seems uninterested in the drama that is played out before your eyes. Thank you for our conversation. I expected to find it interesting, but I had no idea that our discussion would be so thought-provoking. I am glad I decided to come here with you, and sincerely hope that you'll visit me again. I hope to see you at my manor soon. I host small receptions for the most interesting and noteworthy residents of the upper city. Conversations at these receptions are always entertaining. If you were to attend, we would continue our discussion about love. Of course, I seriously doubt my guests would be as interested in this topic as I am, so perhaps we should finish our conversation in private. To see you soon, sweet learner. Stay away too long. Looking forward to our next visit. Velexia's demeanor has changed since the last time you saw her. She looks at you with a mixture of boredom and irritation. When she greets you, her friendliness has no longer seemed genuine, forced intimacy. There's a long way to guess. The performance is about to begin, and there's so much new talent here today. It will entertain me. But our hands are prepared for your guests. I thought you were here to entertain me, not the other way around. Vellexia claps her hands imperiously. One of her own performers begins to sing a heartfelt ballad of deep, velvety voice. Tell me, how did you end up here in the abyss? You were not one of us. Our wizard formed you. Why did you come to our world? My queen ordered me to do. It's enough. I feel like I'm talking to a statue that's come to life. It's not as if I'm even talking to you, but to an entire chorus of other mortals who have crammed your head with all the rules, regulations, prohibitions of such disappointment. Lucius snaps her fingers with irritation. The magic sparks fly from her fingertips. Performers who were unlucky enough to provide the evening's entertainment begin to scream with pain. Their bodies change shape, density, and color. In a matter of moments, they have been completely transformed into a set of whimsically decorated furniture. Pieces of furniture creak sadly, lamenting their bitter fate. Face contorts violently, her beauty disappears and her features transform into something wild and animalistic. Eyes expand, revealing horrible teeth. Guards, kill him! If you can't amuse me in any other way, you can entertain me with a fight.
Anything new?
Well, that can be arranged.
This is my path.
Search for the beauty with your heart, not your eyes.
We should move. Decide already.
Let's prove their logic.
Ah, the bloody freaks here were screwed.
Press the attack! We won't falter! Survived worse.
Look at that, I'm not nuked here. Craig. Lexia's demeanor has changed since last time you saw her. She looks at you with a mixture of boredom and irritation. She greets you. Her friendliness is no longer seem genuine, forced, and sincere. A long-awaited guest. The performance is about to begin. There's so much new talent here today. But entertain anyone will entertain me. Who knows what will happen between us tonight? I hope you're not suggesting anything improper. I'm not sure. If you're trying to insinuate, I'd advise not be insolent with me. Two class bands imperiously when the performers begins to sing a heartfelt ballad in a deep, velvety voice. With tight eyes full of sadness, so notes my voice he asks, "Tell me, how did you end up here in the abyss? You are not one of us, or is it foreign? Why did you come here?" Because I wanted to. You know, your lightheartedness and carefree attitude were so charming until you began to bore me with your superficiality. Here comes the ballad, and patient clap of her hands, the singer, with her imperious gaze and hers. The performer steps forward dressed as a jester. Sounded pretty distinguished, guys. How many morals would it take to paint this manner? Sorry to throw them at the walls. That wailing was starting to annoy me. What do we have next? Oh, another fool has decided to entertain me with jokes. As far as I'm aware, laughing at cripples and misfortune is popular in Galorian as well. You ask me, it's a primitive form of entertainment. Still, you mortals seem to enjoy it, even though you try to pretend yourselves are different from us creatures of vice and evil. When I think about it, what is the difference between demons and Galorians? Wait, mercy on our souls. Really think that you are the first Galorian I have ever met? There is much darkness in your souls as there is in ours. Do not pretend your kind is unacquainted with the sins and vices that bring demons such delight. Don't bore them with your religious propaganda. Miss gesture with a wave of her hand. A scrawny spellcaster comes forward, merely conjures up two illusions that begin to fight violently with one another. Off your wings, put you in chains, and teach you obedience. It does take you, this fickle beast, light will prevail. Deep down, I'm beginning to wonder if you're worth my time. Why should I desire your company? Or you have to offer? So I'll rise to great heights. It's your best interest to be friends with me. Looks to kill Vellexia's arrogant smirk could certainly inflict a mortal wound to anyone's self-esteem. Don't flatter yourself, little Glorion. Your short, meaningless life is... and your stupid, painful death will go unnoticed in both the Shadowrun and the Abyss. The millennium will erase your name from history, and all traces of you will turn to dust. Vellexia snaps her fingers in irritation, and magic sparks fly from her fingertips. Formers who were unlucky enough to provide evening's entertainment being to scream with pain, their bodies change shape, density, and color. In a matter of moments, they have been completely transformed into a set of whimsically decorated furniture. Pieces of furniture creak sadly as if lamenting their bitter fate. As is clearly tired of you, in polite words, she forces out from between her teeth, clenched to do a poor job hiding frustration. I must admit our time together has brought me a certain degree of amusement. However, I do not intend for us to meet again, as you take humble gift as a sign of my affection, and fond memory of the pleasure our conversation used to provide. This is one of my latest creations. It has an intelligent mind of its own. It's certainly far more clever and sophisticated than many living creatures I know. Jewelry will identify the most important traits, features of its owner, and it will enhance those abilities. It is a rare and valuable gift, and I hope that you appreciate its worth. And now, I must ask you to leave. I've grown tired of your company. All the feelings mutual. I have a great time enjoying our meeting, so I must go. Our dates were unforgettable, and all I ask that you leave as soon as possible. As you grant you were patronage, though friendship did not last long, Sever still brought you recognition. Fear and respect of Lucinra's many residents. I must ask you to be honest with me. Do you like all the attention? Particular self-showers me a treasure, my vows remain unchanged. Oh, I believe you, champion. I do not blame you. Oh, if only we had legions behind us and the full support of my goddess and all her might. We could have destroyed this city and rooted out its many sins, but that's not our mission. We must adhere to the laws that govern this place. I simply wish to know if you remain firm in your convictions. Yeah, she turns on you if you choose the same lawful too much or good too much or anything like that. Alright guys, I guess that gives me enough to work with for now. Yeah, thank you for watching again. That was pretty interesting what happened. You can follow me on Reddit, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and OnlyFans. No, not really. But yeah, have a good time wherever you are, and I'll see you later. Bye bye for now.